What's up guys, welcome back to another Your Real NBA video. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about the Memphis Grizzlies. Not a lot of people talk about the Memphis Grizzlies, but in today's video I'm going to be shining some light on them because they have some pretty good young talent. They're currently tanking right now, so they don't have the best record, but they have a lot of good young talent on their team. And I'm just going to be talking about all of their young talent that they have on their team and why I think they can become serious contenders in the 2020s. And even possibly win a championship in the 2020s. Let's get right into the video. So let's start off with Ja Morant. You all probably know about him already, but nonetheless, he's a 6'3", 174-pound rookie. He's a point guard. He's currently averaging, at the time of this video, 19 points per game, 6 assists per game, and 3.5 rebounds per game in his first 13 games in the NBA. He's currently standing at the top of the Rookie of the Year ladder, and he might even give Zion Williamson a run for his money for Rookie of the Year, because he's been a really, good player so far. He's extremely athletic and explosive. There have already been many instances where he's been able to pull off amazing dunks and acrobatic layups. And let me just tell you about, what he's done in his first 13 games in the NBA. He's gone toe-to-toe with Kyrie Irving. You probably saw that game where he blocked Kyrie Irving's game-winning shot. And other things he's done in his NBA career so far. He's had multiple game-winning shots. He's dunked on so many people. He's done so many acrobatic layups. And he's just showed a lot of potential so far. And it's safe to say that Ja Morant is going to be a future superstar for the Grizzlies. He kind of reminds me of Derrick Rose when he was in his prime, with his explosive ability and his finishing ability around the rim. He finishes with a lot of finesse around the rim, just like how Derrick Rose did back in the day. But yeah, I think it's safe to say that Grizzly fans are definitely happy to have Ja Morant on their team moving forward. And I think Ja Morant has the potential to be like the #1 player for a championship team. I think he has the ability to, have the same impact on his team that Derrick Rose did on the 2011 Bulls. I think that Ja Morant will eventually, start just taking over games and leading his team to wins by himself pretty much. So yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that Ja Morant's going to be a really good player moving forward for the Grizzlies. And yeah, he's probably going to be a future superstar as well. And yeah, Jaren Jackson Jr. is also a really good young player for the Grizzlies. He's currently in his second year, averaging 14 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, and 1 block per game, all while shooting 46% from the field and 37% from 3 on a little over 4 attempts per game. He's currently 20 years old, and just like Ja Morant, I think he's going to be a future star in this league. Jaren Jackson Jr. definitely has the ability to be the anchor on defense for the Grizzlies. He's really good at contesting everything at the rim and blocking shots. I can definitely see Jaren Jackson Jr. being a future Defensive Player of the Year candidate. He's also pretty good on the offensive end. He can bully smaller players in the post, and he can stretch the floor and shoot threes at a pretty consistent rate. And all in all, I think Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be a really important player for the Grizzlies moving forward. Now let's talk about Brandon Clarke. Brandon Clarke is the power forward for the Grizzlies. He was the 21st pick of this year's draft by the Grizzlies, and he was definitely one of the steals of the draft because Brandon Clarke has been a pretty solid player in his first 13 games of the season. He's a very athletic rim-running big man who's capable of catching any lob thrown his way. He's an energetic type player who also has a pretty good mid-range jump shot, and he can also make the 3-point shot at a pretty consistent rate. On the defensive end, he's pretty good at contesting shots as well, and I think him and Jaren Jackson Jr. are going to be a pretty scary duo to go up against in the paint. They also have Jonas Valanciunas, who has been playing pretty well for them. They traded away Marc Gasol for Jonas Valanciunas, although he is already 27 years old, so I don't know if he's going to be a part of the Grizzlies' future. Also, an underrated player for the Grizzlies is Dillon Brooks, who has been a pretty good player for a couple of years now for the Grizzlies. He's a really good and efficient scorer. He can shoot the 3-ball and take it to the rim. He's currently averaging 14 points per game this year, and I do think he can become a 18 or 19 points per game player for the Grizzlies in the near future. But yeah, those were the main players that I wanted to talk about in this video. The Grizzlies have some other pretty good young players that can be pretty good role players, such as Grayson Allen, Tyus Jones, Kyle Anderson, and even Josh Jackson, who has been playing pretty well for the Grizzlies G League team so far this year. And I think he can make it to the Grizzlies main roster and make an impact. Not to mention, the Grizzlies are currently tanking right now. So, you know, they're going to end up with a lottery pick, possibly even a top 5 pick in the draft. And, you know, there's some pretty good players in this upcoming draft, such as James Wiseman, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Cole Anthony, LaMelo Ball, and all of these other players. A top 5 pick in this upcoming draft to add on to this already pretty good young squad is going to be a pretty good sight for Grizzlies fans. And I truly think if everything pans out for the Grizzlies, they'll for sure be contending for many championships in the near future. So everybody needs to watch out for the Grizzlies and see how they pan out, because, you know, they're going to be a pretty scary team in the future if everything pans out for them. So everybody keep an eye on them, keep an eye on all of their young players, because they might be the next upcoming really good team. So yeah, that's going to be all for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Tell me what you guys thought about this video in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.